here's my one question I want everybody to hear, Don, before they leave. So of all the available lead generation opportunities inside of Revenos, are you saying that Bundle Select, in your opinion, is the one that people should be pursuing right now to drive new leads for their business?
So Bundle Select, yes, Bundle Select is the newest piece of business that we have. We get
Okay.
lots of leads through Home Story and Rocket and Zillow, and love to have you, be available for those leads. You have to take our certification.
Okay.
And that is under the Revenos. You can always come under Revenos on Workplace Chat and get that information in Workplace.
Got
And
it.
I can also forward that to you, Curtis.
Perfect.
But Bundle Select is new. Nobody else, no other real estate companies are doing this. This is
Got
a
it.
service that we've made available to our agents to go ahead. And when you think about it, we have people that have signed up their churches. They have one lady, Linda Anello in Dayton, Ohio, has signed up 21 companies. Her dentist, her
Wow.
painter, her this, her that. And she's had 4 transactions this year so far.
Amazing.
Yes, the Bundle Select tools, there is a price for the tools. The training, the support, the concierge, everything is free. The tools are $1,000 for 1 year or $250 a month for 4 months. We
Got it.
just did that, okay?
Perfect.
And everything else is free. It's just the tools because we'll make as many customized websites as you need. If you sign up 100 companies, there's no additional charge. It's
Okay.
all part of the package, okay?
Hey, Don, I attended a workshop at one of the conventions. I think it
Yes.
was over maybe even 2 years ago. That qualifies me for Bundle Select.
If it was a Bundle Select one, Skip, yes.
Yeah.
And we should have you, did you receive a certificate? You should have received a certificate
No, I
from.
didn't receive the certificate. I definitely attended it at the one of the conventions, not
Send
the
me,
last convention, the convention before.
okay, send me a workplace chat on that. I just put my name in the workplace chat. I'll do it here too, just in case you can see it. But send me a workplace chat and we'll go ahead and we'll get that taken care of you, okay? Okay, here we go. This is for the HR divisions. Hold on, here it is.
Studies show that homeownership is associated with many financial and social benefits, but it's also one of the most expensive and stressful decisions you'll ever make. What if you could offer a benefit that would save your employees money and simplify the process of buying, selling, or refinancing a home? As an employer, wouldn't you want that competitive advantage? Introducing the eXp and Bundle Select Employee Real Estate Platform, a no-cost service that gives employees access to top-rated realtors and lenders all in one place. By bundling services and guiding employees through every step of the transaction, we dramatically simplify the home buying, selling, refinancing, or relocating process while saving employees 20% or more on typical market transaction fees. With just a few details about a purchase or sale, our concierge team will assemble the perfect mix of bundled service providers and act as a customer service advocate throughout the whole process from start to finish. Whether you're an HR manager or in talent acquisition, you're always looking for new ways to offer more competitive benefits, like healthcare plans, 401k match, and other cost-saving perks. Now, you can save your employees money on one of the biggest expenses of their lives, home ownership. Help your employees achieve the American dream at no cost to your business. Bundle Select, the employee real estate platform. It's home, made easy.
So imagine that this is your tool to use to present to the corporation. By the way, it's already being used by Adobe, Salesforce, Visa. What we do is we help their employees save money. You know, corporations are already they're already offsetting health insurance costs, but they don't do anything for the largest expense of their employee generally has each month, which is buying a home. And that's what Bundle Select does. And what do? We bundle the lender, the realtor, and the title companies. And then here are some testimonials, and all this is yours to be able to go and present. The first few times that you present, I'm happy to go with you. We do a Zoom call just like this. We tag team it and talk about it because it's your relationship with that company. I'm here to back you up, to explain how it works. And if you see me do it a couple of times, you've got it, and you'll be doing these presentations on your own. And don't forget to remind people that, to remind yourself too, that when you think about who your sphere of influence would be to go to, again, your churches, what organizations do you belong to? I mean, one of ours belonged to Gold's Gym. They said, "Can I sign up Gold's Gym?" Well, sure, you can. You can either sign them up locally in your market, you can sign them up in your state, or you can sign them up nationally. What do you want to do? They go, "Well, I think I want my local market." And I said, "Are you sure? You can sign them up nationally, and then you would get a piece of every business from that." And they didn't. They wanted to sign them up just in their local market. I know, Sarah, that's what I said too. But that's okay. They have the option. We were on the phone this morning with a company. The second time, this company manages 800 HOAs, and they want to offer this down into their HOAs and the homeowners there. So you could offer it to your universities. It could be offered to their students, their staff, their alumni. You could offer it to a nonprofit organization and offer it to their donors. And the way it would work with that is that we would give the donors back the 20%. The donors can turn around and donate that back to their nonprofit organization that they support. We do this with churches. You name it. We've got, hospitals, fire departments, police departments, school districts. We've got so many, but we've just been doing it this year. We've just scratched the surface of all the companies. There's millions of organizations. Now, listen, you're going to think of the big companies like Meta and this one and that one. They don't convert. It's the companies that have 300 to 400 employees or less are the ones that actually convert, because you can get in front of them. They'll let you go ahead and let's launch it right in that local market. And what does it do for you? Imagine you saw Matt Eisenberg's face, in the other one. Let me go into the other one. But you saw Matt Eisenberg's face here. Here, the company is promoting him in front of all their employees. Where else can you get that marketing? Save yourself money. Don't pay those other things for leads that you don't know really what kind of lead. At least these people have jobs, right? They're getting paychecks regularly. That's the kind of customer you want. Somebody that's got a job. So imagine that they're promoting you on their corporate website to their employees. So think about who's your spouse or your partner, what you did before you became a realtor. What companies did you work for? They know you, they like you. Those would be great, what I call low-hanging fruit, to go and ask. And if you want, I'll be on that call with you to show it to you. But Skip, we do have in our playbook, we have all kinds of information there and tools. For example, somebody signed up a restaurant in Northeast United States. His brother owns a chain in Northeast United States. And actually didn't own the chain. He was a senior manager. But they don't come onto websites. The restaurant workers don't. They have break rooms. So what we did is we created a big poster that was customized just for that restaurant chain with the agent's information on there and a QR code and information about Bundle Select, so that employee, the restaurant employee, all they have to do is take their phone out, which they all carry with them, do the QR code, and then at night they can go ahead and reach out to the Bundle Select program. So we have some that were truck drivers. How do they reach out to them? So these are things that we're working on as we go ahead on how to reach out. But most companies do have websites, and here you are being marketed for free on their corporate intranet site. You couldn't pay for that if you tried. What other questions do you have? I could go on for hours, guys. I get excited about it. What are the questions?
Hey, does Matt do webinars for any of those companies that he signed up webinars for?
Good question. I don't think he does yet, Skip. I don't think he does yet, but there are others. The webinars, by the way, will show you how to do them. If you've never done a first-time home buyer webinar, we have them created, or we create them as agents ask, because everything we've done in our marketing pieces, we've done because an agent said, I have a need, I need this. My client's asking for this. And then we create it. Like we've got University of Alabama, University of Indiana, just as two different universities that are there. That you could offer to the sororities, the fraternities. You could offer to the parents of that. You can offer. I offered it to my dentist's office. I had sold it. He was the last house I sold, which was about 15 years ago. and he asked me what I'm doing when I was getting my teeth cleaned. And I said, I'm doing, real estate moving services benefits for employees. Do you have any for your staff? And he goes, no, what do you mean? So he's working on me, his hands in my mouth and he's asking me questions. I'm like, oh, can I just wait? But yeah, so it's when you ask 99% of the time, do you have real estate moving services that can save your employees money when they buy or sell a home and it's free? Do you have anything like that? They're going to say no. Are you interested? Yes, I am. There are a couple programs that are competitors. Perks at Work is one of them. Better Place is another one. But the interesting thing is those companies drive leads to us. So it's kind of funny. The companies that are competitors don't realize that we're also doing it and they drive leads to us, which is fine. And we give them out. By the way, let's say, Sam, you have a lead in your market. Sam, you're in Boston, Mass. Okay. So let's say you're in Back Bay and there's a customer that wants to move Back Bay, right? And there's somebody else that comes through a company that Sam has signed up. But Sarah, where are you from?
San Antonio.
Okay, so she's in San Antonio. So Sam, when somebody comes in from the company you signed up in Massachusetts or any other state that they may be in, we're looking, but they've got somebody who wants to buy in San Antonio. We look up to see who's Bundle Select subscriber, and that would be Sarah. Sarah's there. She's going to go ahead and get that lead. And then we manage those leads like we do our corporate reload. We've got a concierge team that manages it. Actually, it's one person that manages that move. And they're your back office. We provide reports to you. We call agents that create these relationships, agents, AGAs, agents that generate accounts. And we give you reports back. As soon as leads start to come in, you'll get a report once a month on the number of leads that have come in, what the status of them, are they active, pending, or closed, and then what the money amount is and if they closed, because that's how we pay you. We pay you at the end of each transaction. Okay. Go ahead, Sam.
So I'm definitely in promoting and talking to companies to set up the affiliation. The questions, follow-up question after that would be like the costs. I know you mentioned $1,000. And then second, I'm more focused on the bigger picture, along with the agent attraction side of it. I don't want to get stuck doing transaction if it gets too much to handle. So the question is, if I am the advertising front for that,
Right.
will I be able to filter it down to either people within the organization, within EXP, or within, my structure as well?
Yeah.
Is that
Yep. That's a great question, Sam. And by the way, our agents are using Bundle Select as an attraction tool because nobody else offers it. That's the first thing. The second thing is they're agents that only want to bring in corporate clients and they don't want to handle any leads. And so they do have downlines. And so they let us know who they are. When you set up a new company, Sam, if you had somebody else in your market, or let's say you're using, you've hired somebody in San Antonio, you brought in somebody in San Antonio and you have them in, we would have under you for that client. Sam's team is Sam. Nope, he doesn't take them in Boston, Mass. This is my team that's handling that referral because we place that referral within 45 minutes. We don't like to have referrals sitting. We know that if it goes over an hour, the chances are of converting drop to almost nothing. So we handle referrals quickly, and we're going to find you. If you're not going to take leads, that's fine. We'd be happy just to handle the clients for you. But we will go ahead and refer them out to, if you don't have anybody, we'll refer them out to one of our subscriber agents, Bundle Select certified. If you do have somebody, you let us know before. Because what we can't do is find you and you go, oh, no, in San Antonio, oh, I'm going to go with this person. And it's taken an hour already. We probably won't have that.
right?
So we set that up for
I'm okay with if you snooze, you lose. The thing is we want to get it done timely. And I guess the follow-up question for that is, if I don't have a team and we send it to Lily in San Antonio or Sarah or Skip, will I get some type of credit or something like that?
Yeah, you do. You get paid on, so the 20%, like Sarah would pay, or Lily or Skip, in their markets, they would pay a 30% referral fee because the business was referred to them. 20% goes back to the buyer seller. The 10% left is split between you, the agent that generated the account, and EXP revenues. So we
Okay.
actually split whatever our referral fee is. So you have a couple different things. You can sign up companies anywhere in the United States because you're not doing real estate transactions, right? So you can sign up the company under Bundle Select program. And then after that, when they come in and leads come in from that, we go ahead and we will assign them out as the agent that generated that account deems. Like you, if you say you only want to go into production, you don't want to go ahead and list and sell, that's fine. We'll go ahead and we'll do that for you, Sam. We treat you guys like you're one of our corporate clients.
Okay.
All right. It's a pretty novel thing. We are nobody else has this. I've done this all my career because I looked to see, 30 years ago, I had 2 kids, young kids. My husband was a school teacher, not making a lot of money in upstate New York. And I needed to make more money for their dance tutus and, new tap shoes. They grew every month. They needed new pants or new something. So, because they grew so fast. So I needed to go ahead and, I figured if I wanted to do 50 transactions, that means I needed to probably get in my car 150 times to have, 25 or 50 closings. And I didn't have that much time in the day because I had 2 young kids. I put them on the school bus. I worked like crazy, but I had to be home when they got off. And so it worked like that. And then I realized, well, geez, if I do that, why don't I just go talk to the fire department? I know all the fire department people there and say to them, hey, listen, I'm an agent. You know that. Buy your homes through me and I'll give you back part of my commission. And then one did, and then another did, and then another did. And then here's my friend, a police officer who I sold a house to. And then I ended up doing a whole bunch of stuff with the sheriff's department and the state troopers.
Right. So on the bundle select, I know we're dealing with title company or closing attorney. We use closing attorney in Massachusetts, the real estate piece. And is there any other services that's kind of included in the bundle selling point?
Yeah. So the title site is the only thing, Sam, that you, the agent that has that piece of business in that market, we ask you to find the best. There's a choice, you have a choice for you to go ahead and select that title company and make that recommendation. Okay, because title companies are usually small, independently owned and operated. There was no way we could manage the million of them across the US. So we're trusting you to pick the best ones in your market. The rest, we do have pods. Pods, we have discounts with pods now. We just signed the contract. So for self-movers, if they need that, and also we've got 2 large global moving companies that we're also signing up right now so that we have not just the self-movers, but if you wanted to go ahead and just call them and say, come pick up my furniture and deliver it to this address, they'll do that also.
Right.
But they are offering a discount.
On the title company, is it just one, or can you rotate between the few that
You
you're
can
trying
use whatever title companies you want. We leave that up to you.
Okay, so you can rotate and build that relationship because
Mhm.
there's a few that they always leave with the good pricing and they are in 50 states
Right,
based on Massachusetts anyways. Okay,
right,
all
right.
right.
Great
Any other
questions.
questions?
I have a
Go ahead,
question,
Lily.
Dawn.
Hi.
Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
Do you approach like human resources in some of those companies when we don't know someone?
Yeah, so the first you want to go ahead, and now we're getting into actually the training. Part of the training is showing you how to start, right? It's
Okay.
setting up your sphere of influence, and it's giving, I would ask you to get a name, and probably very similar to what Curtis said, get a list. You're going to start a list like this, right? On your pad, and you're going to put down 20 names of people that you know and have good relationships with. And then you're going to say where they work and what's their contact information. And then you're going to start going down and asking them, hey, we've got this new program. Can we come and talk to your company about it? Or can you help me get in? So HR is, or a decision maker. That's the best way to get in. And you've got it's a much warmer lead, and you've got a much better chance of getting in and having an appointment with that company. Then once you do and they say yes, then there's a whole launch program, Skip, that's in our playbook too, that shows you how to launch it and give them the tools. Like we have one company right now that asked for a brochure because they want to give a brochure back she wanted to give the brochure to the owner of the company. It was the head of HR. So we did that. We made a brochure. So those are the
Hey,
things that
question, Dawn.
Yeah.
How many agents in the company are currently certified for Bundle Select? Was that
Certified, we probably have a couple thousand, but
okay?
agents that generate accounts that have paid the $1,000, we have over 300 now.
Okay, so
And that's,
300.
yeah, and we just started.
Anybody in Pensacola and that you're aware of?
Um, uh, I don't know, but the funny thing is, Skip, that I tell agents is you could have 5 people in Pensacola,
Got
but
it.
your sphere of influence is going to be totally different than theirs.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, look at who your sphere of influence, and not just in Pensacola. Are you in Pensacola?
Yeah,
Oh boy,
yeah, I
I'm
live
in
in
I'm in Palm
Pensacola.
Coast. I actually went out at 6 this morning, got gas and everything else for the generator because we'll probably lose power. I'm hoping you'll be okay.
Yeah,
Um,
we are out of we're 200 miles, we're 400 miles from you, so we're okay.
oh, good. Yeah. Well, no, but no, I'm not there. I'm actually in Palm Coast on the East Coast. So we
Yeah,
should
I
be
know.
okay too, but we're in the dirty side of the storm. That's where all the tornadoes tend to. Yeah, you
Right.
guys send us the dirt that
Mhm.
comes. But I've never found just because the company's there or there's somebody there that what you do is, by the way, the company, when you have companies that you're interested in working with, you register them. There's a formal process. There's a link, you register them because number one, we want to make sure that we don't have 3 or 4 agents going after the same company. That would look not
Mhm.
professional. And then you're protected. So if somebody down the line come and says, "Hey, I'm working with that company in Pensacola. I was there first," we're like, "Oh no, you didn't register them because we have a date stamped and timed. Wouldn't Sam or wouldn't Skip register this client, right?"
Mhm.
Then after that, if you need help going to present, I'm happy to go. I've got another person on my team. We go and we'll help you do that presentation. If we show you once or twice or 3 times, you've got it. Our job is to teach you how to do it and then go soar, right? Go and sign up as many companies. But this is a long term. It's not a sprint,
I
it's
have
a
a
marathon.
question.
Yeah, go ahead, Sarah.
So how would you say this compares to an agent attraction income? Like if I was to decide, hey, I want to do agent attraction, is this just another huge opportunity like that possibly was on
So
income side?
yeah, so to me, this is one of those for me. This is how I made most of my money in my career. And so for me, I would do this as one of the quivers in your bow. You want to have a diversity. Right now, if you get a referral from Home Story, Rocket, Zillow, any of those, you're paying a 40 to 55% referral fee. And with Bundle Select, they're yours. And you're getting
Right.
how much are you willing to pay on marketing each month? Like some guy told me he's paying $4,000 to Zillow, and I said, why? I was shocked. I said, why?
Mm.
I could save you $3,000 and 11 more months of because I'll do $1,000 and you get all these tools and you've got revenues behind you.
Right.
Paying
So
rent
it's
for close
intentionally
to it.
congruent. I think that's what I hear you saying with our business.
Excuse me, what is it?
I'm going to call it intentionally congruent
Yes,
as our business builds,
yes,
right? I
yes.
believe that's how I can see it. But I just didn't know long-term passive income versus the agent attraction piece. I was just trying to analyze that in my head, but I
So,
do
so
that
to
a little.
me, it's something that can help you with agent attraction because no other company's offering this. So we have higher um, uh, achieving agents that have been in the market a little bit longer, right? That are coming over, and Bundle Select's one of the things they want because they don't have it where they are.
Thank
So
you.
it can help you attract to me. And one transaction would pay for what, 5 to 10 years of Bundle Select at $1,000 a year.
Right. That's good.
So from when you look at it, and if you go ahead and you sell a house in your market area and you want to send out 500 postcards, what does that cost? And that's
Ton.
very limited. And how many people actually get the postcards? How many actually read them? How many just throw them in the garbage? They don't even make it into the house. So to me, you're being marketed by a company to all of their employees, whether it's 1 employee, 20 employees, 500, 40,000. We just had an agent who's very new in the industry, and she had a connection at a big box company store. And we had to sign that we wouldn't mention the company, but everybody knows this company. And she just signed up 400,000 employees. If 9% of those employees move every year, and they do, that's what statistics show. That's a lot of potential business, right? Yeah. So I think, thank you, Sarah. I think it's to me, it's just when the markets were down and agents were dying, I still had business.
Hey, I'd like to just say something that I'm observing.
Sure.
It is residual income. If you sign up a company like that and that company stays there for 10 years and every year 9% of their people move, that's the same sort of as residual income, in my opinion.
Well,
And-
that's what I was saying, but I was trying to compare the difference if I wanted to do one or the other.
Yeah,
I
I have
do.
90 agents on my EXP team. I love residual income,
Yeah, me too.
but I can see the benefit of this adding to I mean, I could see how I could say to somebody that I wanted to recruit, this is a way for me to get you referrals. So,
And Skip, if you have what, 90 agents?
yeah,
70 agents? Okay, if you have that, if this could help your agents, even half of them have one more transaction, that's huge.
yes.
And they're paying money for marketing anyway. This is a different way of marketing. This to me is like, for those of you that have been in real estate a little longer, this is like when we used to put our pictures on the shopping carts and on the bus stops. And we did. And we paid dearly for it. And I'll tell you a story. Angie Kern was one of my agents. I shouldn't give her last name. I love her to death. She and I worked together for a long time. She got stopped on New Year's Eve driving with her husband. She had to drive because her husband couldn't because they had been to a holiday party. She got stopped and the officer asked for her license and registration. And he goes, "Oh, I know who you are." And he mentioned her name. "I see you on this." She goes, "Yes." And he let her go. So, no guarantees now, but that was just a story that I thought, oh my gosh. And she was on every shopping cart in Grand Union in New York. So
I think like, if you talk about attraction, it's going to be whether you are attracting agents or you're attracting companies with the bundle select, everything just comes down to relationships.
it does.
If you have that relationship and then you're going to get filtered out and to the point where when did you register them? It's like the question is, well, you spoke to 100 agents, but you never showed them the
Right.
program,
Yep.
then you can't lay claim on it, right? You say, look, I'm going after IBM, but there was no, intention. You never called up, you never showed up to the door. You just rolled out a couple of names. That, yeah, that's mine. IBM is mine because they have 1 million employees or whatever the case is, right? I think everything's going to come down to how comfortable you are to make the connections, to open up the door and say, "Hey, Don, I know you work at HR. I don't want to bother you too much, but then again, I work with a company. We provide services through Bundle Select, and these are the things that we offer you, and it doesn't cost your company any money. Would you have the ability to connect me with somebody in your HR department that can make some of these decisions that we can further along the conversation, get you guys on board and help your employees save a few dollars here and there, maybe thousands of dollars, right?" So you gotta kind of look at it from that perspective and say, okay, if you are that type of person that wants to talk to agents or companies to add this to your arsenal, then albeit, I think it's all a relationship game. You definitely have to have the connect to speak to somebody within that department.
Right. And that's why, Sam, I recommend starting with people that you know before going outside to people you don't know.
Don, what was the name of the other company you said? Perks at Work?
Oh, Perks at Work is one company. They give us business. They send leads to us.
What was the other company you mentioned?
Beneplace is a company that's similar
What
to
is it? What is it?
Beneplace. Beneplace. It's another benefit company. There's a few of them. There's Fund. There's a few of them. And we had, by the way, your chambers of commerce, signing up your chamber of commerce. But if you do that, you also want to sign up every company under your chamber of commerce because
Right.
I'm not going to know. if something plumbing is part of a chamber of commerce, right? And we're trying to keep things very clean and very well documented so that what's yours is yours and what's not is not, right? Whoever's got that company is protected. And we've automated the whole process, how it works. And you'll learn that all in the training. Go ahead, Lily. I know your hand is up.
So you mentioned that the 30%. So if we do like what Sam asked about, that he wants to focus on recruiting instead of production, and we do this and we get the companies, and we don't have realtors under us. Well, I do, but they're not all in San Antonio. Then they're referred to somebody else in the area, and they're the ones that pay 30% referral.
Right. So if you, the AGA, agent that generates the account, handles the lead, it's a 25% referral fee. 20% to the buyer seller, 5% to EXP revenues. If it's outside of your market area, we would charge that agent, or even in your market area and you don't want to handle it, it's your choice. We charge a 30% referral fee. 20% goes to the buyer seller. The remaining 10% is split between the agent that generated the account, you, and EXP revenues. So we're charging a 5% referral fee, which is really cheap. If you look at what other companies charge agents in terms of referral fees, it's massive. And that's one of the reasons a lot of agents come and they're like, and we don't touch your splits. We don't bump you back to a 50-50 or 60-40, and we're not charging you up to 55. I mean, I could charge, the 20%, but we don't. The whole goal of Bundle Select is to have low referral fees, have you make as much money as possible. And as long as your license is held with EXP, whether it's in the referral network or active, I can pay your referral fees from that client that you brought in. Even if you, decide like I've retired twice.
So we could do it remotely anywhere.
Yes.
If I want to go to Costa Rica
Absolutely.
or Europe and,
Yes.
do it that way and
Yeah.
still kind of earn, passive income, kind
Yes.
of like what Sarah was mentioning, either the difference between this and recruiting, having agents underneath, but this is actually considered also passive income if we don't want to be in production. Now, would it count towards Icon? Let's say if I wanted to move towards Icon?
It's handled as whatever normal revenue is. I don't get involved in what comes up as Icon. So however they would normally handle a commission that comes to you. Or
yeah, they do at least there's the Icon, you have to pay $5,000
Okay.
in transaction fees to EXP. So that would be curious to see how, and I can talk to them.
Well, that could, Traci would be the one, or Curtis, but that money would definitely go towards that.
Right.
For sure.
Okay. Thank you, Dawn.
And Sam, the way to start is that there is a subscriber fee. You want to take the Bundle Select, which is going to be next Wednesday, the Bundle Select certification. And we go into great detail, and every step, there's 7 steps about how the program works. And it talks about here's how you subscribe, and I can send you the form if you'd like now. But if you fill out the form and submit it to accounting, they will go ahead and go into your VersaPay, and they will put in $1,000 bill in there. So I don't want to do that unless you guys are, you don't want to submit it until you're ready to actually be billed for it. Okay. And if you have a credit card on file, they will hit that. And actually, if you want to know what companies are signed up, just call Teen Delanon is in my team, and she would be able to help you. Let me go ahead and in this chat. Okay, let me go ahead. You're going to check with Teen. It's pronounced Teen. Dalanon can tell you if a company is available. But I'm telling you, 99% of companies are available. And I can also tell you this is even if a company is not available, my suggestion is you register it. Why? Because if that agent leaves, if that agent decides not to stay in real estate, if that agent, for whatever reason, doesn't have a real estate license, that company is going to go to the next agent in line that tried to register first in line. Okay. So that could potentially be a company, and you never know if an agent's going to leave. If an agent leaves and goes to Sotheby's or anybody else, they lose that company. Companies are not going to, remove a benefit to their employees because one of our agents left and went someplace else. They're not going to do that. So it provides a stickiness to that employee or that agent. So Sam, if you've got a downline, or Skip has the downline, one agent said, well, I want everything to run through me. I want all the people to run it through me. And I'm like, you could do that. That would work. And I said, but what happens if that agent leaves? There's nothing to keep that agent unless, to you. But what if that agent brings the companies in? They've got 3 or 4 companies they've brought in, and there's business starting to happen and things like that. That's a stickiness to you and the company. They're not going to want to leave because they're not going to want to leave those business relationships behind. And those companies are not going to move because an agent has left. They're not going to they're not going to pull an HR benefit back. So, okay. Anything else? All right. Well, I was only supposed to talk 20 minutes, so I'm hoping I didn't keep you guys over too far.
No worries.
Okay, thank you. Well, I hope you all are safe. Oh, go ahead, Sarah. I see you.
My husband was saying if an agent leaves and there's no one under him, do y'all find an agent to represent that company somehow?
Yeah, we go ahead and add the agent that tried to register them.
Right, but if there's none.
If there's none, then
Like-
we will go ahead and make a move to another agent that makes sense. For example, if the company's based in San Antonio, we most likely would
Okay.
go to a San Antonio agent because it's helpful when an agent lives close to that company to be
Okay,
able to
good.
go to, like, we have somebody this Friday going to the employee, there's an employee fair going on, and the agent's going in and going to be at the employee fair.
Oh, perfect. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks
okay.
for that. And thanks for staying late.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, guys.
And you mentioned that the certification starts next week.
It's going to be on Wednesday. Actually, it's next Wednesday at it is on, hold on, Wednesday the 2nd at 11 o'clock, and it's a Zoom call.
Oh, okay. I am
And so-
traveling that day.
Are you? Then Tracy she'll follow up with me about doing a special one just for the team. It takes about an hour, just a little over an hour. Okay, and then you
Oh,
get a
okay.
certificate and everything. Okay.
All right.
And
Thank
that
you.
makes you, and you can go join right now, Bundle Select Information Workplace Group, and read. There's a great pinned post in there that gives you lots of good information that you can poke around to. So it's Bundle Select Information Workplace Group. And if you go ahead and look at it, you should be able to see it. Okay, great. Just sign up for that. Just ask to join, and we'll let you in and answer as many questions as you want. Okay. And
All right,
also,
done.
if you need some in, we've already been asked to have the information in multilingual, variety of languages. So we're working on that too.